In the late 16th century, England was determined to establish a foothold in the New World, hoping to reap the benefits of its vast resources and untapped potential. In 1584, Sir Walter Raleigh received a charter from Queen Elizabeth I to establish a colony in the Americas, and he set his sights on the region now known as Virginia. Raleigh sent several expeditions to explore the area and establish friendly relations with the local tribes. One of these expeditions, led by Sir Richard Grenville, arrived in 1585 and established a small settlement on Roanoke Island. However, the colony was short-lived, as tensions with the native population and a lack of resources led to its abandonment. Undeterred, Raleigh sponsored another expedition in 1587, this time led by John White, a friend and associate of Raleigh's. White and his group of 117 colonists arrived at Roanoke Island in July, with the aim of establishing a permanent settlement. At first, things seemed promising. The colonists made contact with the local tribes, including the Croton and Secoton, and began to build homes and cultivate the land. However, their fortunes soon turned. Disease and famine took their toll, and relations with the natives soured. In addition, White received urgent news from England. The Spanish Armada was gathering to invade England, and Raleigh needed White to return home and gather reinforcements. With a heavy heart, White departed Roanoke in August 1587, leaving behind his wife, daughter, and newborn granddaughter, Virginia Dare. White's return to England was delayed by various factors, including a lack of ships and the ongoing war with Spain. He did not arrive back at Roanoke until 1590, 3 years after he had left. What he found was a scene of desolation. The settlement was deserted, with no sign of the colonists or their belongings. The only clue was the word Croton carved into a post, and the letters CRO carved into a nearby tree. There was no sign of a struggle or violence, and the houses had been dismantled and removed. White was devastated by what he found. He had left behind his family and friends, hoping to return to a thriving settlement. Instead, he was faced with a mystery that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Over the centuries, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the fate of the Roanoke colonists, but none have been definitively proven. Some believe that they were killed by the local tribes, who resented their presence and may have seen them as a threat. Others speculate that they were attacked by Spanish raiders or pirates who sailed up the coast. Still, others suggest that they simply disbanded and integrated with the native population, either willingly or forcibly. Let's explore some of these theories in more detail. Native American attack. One of the earliest and most popular theories was that the Roanoke colonists were killed by the local tribes, who may have seen them as intruders or a threat to their way of life. This theory is supported by some of the evidence, such as the dismantling of the settlement and the lack of signs of violence or struggle. However, there are several problems with this theory. First, the Croton and Secoton tribes had shown some degree of friendliness towards the colonists, and had even helped them in the past. It seems unlikely that they would have turned on the settlers so suddenly and completely. In addition, the Croton tribe was known to have a friendly relationship with the English, and the word Croton, carved into the post, could have been a clue left by the colonists themselves, indicating that they had moved to that location. Finally, there is no evidence of any mass graves or signs of violence in the area, which would have been expected if there had been a large-scale attack. Spanish raid. Another theory is that the Roanoke colonists were attacked and killed by Spanish raiders or pirates who sailed up the coast. This theory is supported by reports of Spanish ships in the area at the time, and by the fact that the Spanish were in a state of war with England. However, there is little evidence to support this theory. There are no records of any Spanish attacks on the Roanoke colony, and no signs of any violence or struggle at the settlement. In addition, it seems unlikely that the Spanish would have taken the time to dismantle the settlement and remove all traces of the colonists, rather than simply killing them and leaving. Integration with native population. A third theory is that the Roanoke colonists integrated with the local tribes and eventually assimilated into their culture. This theory is supported by the fact that the word Croton was carved into the post, suggesting that the colonists may have moved to that location, where the Croton tribe lived. There are also reports of European-looking individuals living among the tribes in the following years, and some artifacts have been found that suggest European influence. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, and it is unclear why the colonists would have chosen to abandon their homes and families to join the natives. Other theories. There are many other theories surrounding the disappearance of the Roanoke colonists, including disease, famine, and internal strife. However, most of these theories suffer from a lack of evidence and are considered less likely than the three main theories discussed above. So, what really happened to the Roanoke colonists? Despite centuries of speculation and investigation, the truth remains elusive. The evidence is inconclusive and contradictory, and many questions remain unanswered. The story of the Roanoke colony has captured the imagination of people for centuries, and will continue to do so for years to come. The mystery of their disappearance, the clues they left behind, and the questions that remain, all serve to keep their story alive. As we conclude this episode, we invite you to share your thoughts and theories about the Roanoke colony. What do you think happened to them? We may never know the truth, but the search for answers continues.